She walked into the courtroom alone. No lawyer, no backup. Nobody expected what was hidden beneath her jacket, a secret that would shake the very foundation of the trial and rewrite everything anyone thought they knew about the case. Have you ever had to fight for justice completely on your own? Or know someone who did? How hard do you think it is to stand tall when the world tries to silence you, to speak the truth when everyone around you wants you to stay quiet? Today, you're about to hear a story filled with courage, betrayal, and sacrifice. A hidden truth buried for decades, waiting to be uncovered. If you want to stand with America's strong women and support their fight, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. Together, we'll make sure their voices are heard loud and clear, no matter how deep the shadows. The courthouse loomed tall against the Washington skyline, its cold stone walls a silent witness to decades of secrets. Some revealed, many hidden away forever. Thalia Voss entered quietly, blending into the crowd of lawyers, defendants, and curious onlookers. But if you looked closely, you'd see something different. A woman carrying the weight of secrets heavier than any trial could hold, her eyes sharp, her steps purposeful. Security was tight, the guards watching every move. At the checkpoint, one guard eyed her suspiciously. No lawyer by her side? "I don't need one," she said simply, her voice calm but carrying the kind of quiet strength that unsettled even the most experienced officers. Inside courtroom 3B, the air was thick with tension. Meridian Defense, a private military company accused of war crimes and cover-ups in a remote region, sat smug behind layers of expensive attorneys. Their confident smirks told a story of power and money, but they hadn't counted on Thalia. When Thalia took the stand, she moved with deliberate grace. No theatrics, no drama, just a steady voice and eyes that refused to look away. She spoke of a village destroyed, not by insurgents as Meridian claimed, but by precise, calculated strikes aimed to silence innocent witnesses. She told of helping a child sift through rubble for a lost doll, the bodies arranged too deliberately to be the chaotic aftermath of battle. Every detail she shared was a sharp blade cutting through Meridian's carefully constructed lies. Then, the moment that stunned everyone, when the judge asked her to remove her jacket for security, a small insignia was revealed, an eclipse with 3 stars arranged in a triangle. The emblem of Shadow Echo, a unit officially disbanded over 30 years ago. The judge's face turned pale. "That's not possible," he whispered. Suddenly, the courtroom was no longer just about the trial. It became a stage for the truth about who Thalia really was. A warrior, a whistleblower, a woman risking everything to bring justice to light. Meridian's lawyers scrambled to regroup, their confident smirks replaced by tense calculations. Court security tightened. Whispers spread through the crowd like wildfire. Behind the scenes, powerful figures worked frantically to contain the fallout. But Thalia's strength never faltered. Even as her health quietly declined, a secret she kept hidden. She pressed on. Cancer, contracted during a chemical weapons operation denied by the government, was slowly taking her from the inside. Still, her voice remained unwavering. Someone has to speak for those who can't. The trial moved into a classified session. Military officials and government attorneys appeared, the stakes raised higher than anyone had imagined. Thalia produced documents and testimonies that could cost lives, but demanded justice be served. She exposed a conspiracy to cover up civilian deaths, orders to sanitize the site by any means necessary, including silencing witnesses forever. She named fallen comrades: Lieutenant Ezra Blackwood, Captain Soren Khalil, Major Leona Frost, all heroes lost trying to stop the lies. Cross-examinations aimed to break her, questioning her health, her mind, her credibility. But Thalia stood firm, masking her pain behind unwavering resolve. When she finally collapsed in court, medics rushed to her side. But her fight was far from over. Behind closed doors, generals and officials grappled with the consequences. Some admitted failure. Others schemed to minimize damage. But the truth was out, and it was unstoppable. Eventually, Meridian agreed to a plea deal. They admitted guilt, paid reparations, and families finally received the recognition they deserved. A classified presidential unit citation honored Shadow Echo posthumously, a quiet but powerful victory. Weeks later, Thalia passed away, her story known only to a select few. But at Arlington National Cemetery, her grave bore the Shadow Eclipse insignia, a silent tribute to the warrior who fought alone and refused to be forgotten. Her legacy sparked change. New laws regulating military contractors, ethics classes for officers, and a quiet revolution in how hidden heroes are remembered and honored. Commander Thalia Voss's story reminds us all that true heroes don't always wear medals or stand in the spotlight. Sometimes they fight in the shadows, risking everything so that the truth can finally see the light. You've just witnessed the story of a silent warrior. If you want more powerful stories of women who refuse to stay quiet, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. Join us. Together, let's raise their voices louder than ever.